Have you ever wondered why so many people seem to slow down dramatically after 80? Maybe you've seen it in a neighbor, a parent, or even in yourself. One year, they're full of life, going for walks, meeting friends, gardening, and the next, it's like the light inside them starts to dim. Most people think this change is just how it goes, that it's all genetics or just plain bad luck. But that's not the whole truth. Today, I want to talk about 5 hidden traps that quietly pull many people down after 80. These aren't the usual things like diet or exercise. You've heard those a million times. These are more subtle, easy to miss shifts that sneak up on you, even if you've lived a healthy life up until now. And the best part? Once you know about them, you can do something to fight back. Stay with me through the end of this video because understanding these 5 traps could change how you age and keep your light burning bright for years to come. Let's dive in. Trap number 1, slipping out of social currents. One of the first invisible traps is losing those tiny, everyday social moments. Not the big family reunions or holiday dinners. Those are special, sure, but I'm talking about the little waves, hellos, and casual chats that once filled your days without you even realizing it. It could be a smile to the grocery store clerk, a quick comment to the bus driver, or a short chat with your neighbor while getting the mail. These small moments act like little sparks, firing up your brain, lifting your mood, and reminding your body that you are part of something. But after 80, it gets easy to stop. Maybe walking outside feels a little harder. Maybe hearing someone in a noisy store isn't as easy as it used to be. So you skip the trip, order online, or just stay home. The danger is when these daily sparks go missing, your brain starts to slow down. Your emotional muscles, the ones that feel connection, purpose, and happiness, begin to weaken. It doesn't take a huge life change to protect this part of yourself. Even just making a point to chat with the pharmacist or smile at a stranger on your morning walk can keep those sparks alive. Because in the end, we're not just social creatures, we're social survivors. And those small connections could be the secret ingredient to staying vibrant. Trap number 2, mistaking caution for protection. After 80, being careful sounds smart. And it is, up to a point. But there's a hidden line between being careful and becoming trapped by fear. Maybe you tripped once stepping off a curb. Maybe you slipped on a wet kitchen floor. Naturally, you start being more cautious. That's good. But if you start avoiding all the movements that once kept you strong, bending, reaching, stretching, walking, your body will quickly start forgetting how to move altogether. Strength isn't like a savings account you can just protect by doing nothing. It's more like a fire. If you don't keep feeding it, it dies down. I knew a man named Paul, 83, who once loved gardening. After a fall in his backyard, he stopped tending his flowers. At first, it seemed harmless, just being careful, but within a few months, he struggled even to stand up from his chair without help. His muscles hadn't failed him. He had quietly stopped asking them to work. The key isn't to be reckless, it's to stay active wisely. Use handrails, get good shoes, walk with a cane if you need it, but keep moving. Because every time you push your body just a little, in a safe, steady way, you remind it that you're still living, still strong, still capable. And that belief, more than anything, keeps your muscles, your balance, and your spirit alive. Trap number 3, losing your inner clock. As we age, our body's inner clock, the one that tells us when to wake, sleep, eat, and heal, gets a little more sensitive. Unfortunately, modern life often pulls that clock off track without us even noticing. Maybe you start sleeping in later, napping more during the day, and staying up later at night, watching TV. Maybe you aren't getting outside as much, especially when the weather turns cold. Maybe the curtains stay drawn, and your days blur into each other. Without morning sunlight hitting your eyes and skin, your body stops getting the wake-up signal it needs to stay energized and sharp. And at night, all the bright artificial lights from screens and lamps confuse your brain into thinking it's still daytime, blocking the deep, healing sleep you really need. The fix? It's simple but powerful. Try to get outside, or at least open your windows wide within an hour of waking up. Let natural light flood your senses. In the evening, dim your lights, turn off the screens, and give your body permission to wind down. You don't need special supplements or complicated gadgets. Your body's rhythm is built into you. You just have to help it stay tuned. And when you do, you'll notice better sleep, better mood, better energy, and better aging. Trap number 4, silent grief weighing you down. By the time you reach 80, chances are you've said more goodbyes than you ever thought you could bear. Friends, siblings, partners, even children sometimes. And yet, there's this silent expectation that you're supposed to handle it, to be strong, to move on. But the truth is, grief doesn't disappear just because the world stops asking about it. Unfelt grief stays trapped inside the body, tightening muscles, disrupting digestion, clouding your memory, and quietly pulling down your health. Sometimes it shows up as aches and pains that don't have a medical explanation. Sometimes it shows up as feeling flat, like life has lost its flavor. The healing comes when you allow yourself to feel, to speak it, to share it, whether that's with a trusted friend, a journal, a support group, or a quiet moment alone with your memories. Grief shared is grief softened. And when you make space for sadness, you also make space for joy again. Because life after 80 doesn't have to be about just surviving. It can still be about loving, remembering, and celebrating all the pieces of yourself and your story. Trap number 5, letting go of daily purpose. Finally, maybe the most dangerous trap of all, losing your daily sense of purpose. When you're younger, it's easy. There's always somewhere to be, someone to care for, something to finish. But after 80, when work is done, kids are grown, and old routines have faded, you might wake up one day and feel like there's just nothing pressing you forward. And without that daily push, that reason to get dressed, go outside, make a meal, call a friend, the body starts to slow down. Not because it's broken, but because it's waiting for a reason to stay strong. I once met a woman named Ethel, 87 years old, who knitted hats every morning for newborns at her local hospital. She wasn't being paid. Most of the babies she would never meet. But those hats gave her mornings purpose. They gave her hands work to do, her mind a task to focus on, her heart a reason to keep showing up for life. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It can be tiny, but it has to be yours. Maybe it's taking care of a garden, feeding the birds, calling a different family member each day, writing one sentence in a journal, smiling at 3 strangers. Purpose is the quiet drumbeat your body marches to. Without it, the music fades. But with it, even at 85, 90, or beyond, the dance of life continues. Final thoughts. Aging past 80 isn't a one-time event. It's 1,000 tiny choices. To move or to sit still, to reach out or pull back, to find light or stay in the dark. And the beautiful truth is this: you have more influence over how you age than you might believe. Start small. Rekindle those casual chats. Take a careful but confident walk. Open the curtains wide. Feel your feelings instead of tucking them away. Give yourself a simple daily reason to rise. These aren't just habits. They are lifelines. They are how you tell your body, your brain, your spirit, I'm still here. I still matter. I'm still alive. And that belief alone can carry you further than you ever thought possible. If you found these insights helpful, share your thoughts below. Which trap surprised you the most? Which small change are you excited to try this week? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more inspiration and practical advice to help you thrive, not just survive, in the years ahead. Thanks for spending your time with me today. See you in the next video.